All right. Hello, everybody. Today we are doing some creative building. Got a little bit of a mess here that we got to figure out what we're going to do with. So, pretty much, here's the deal. All right. This is the lumber camp that I'm working on right now. And if we look underground, every single one of these buildings has a farm underneath it. So, this one's got a 2x2 tree farm. This one's got a tree farm. This one's got a mangrove tree farm. That one's got a nether tree farm. This one's got a bamboo farm. And this one has a cool bit of detail to it and has all the redstone that controls the bamboo farm. So it all links together. But I need a central building here that is going to house this absolute behemoth right here. Yeah. Also, I'm now realizing this might need to go farther down. Because I need item sorters on the back of these, and they have to go up. They have to go upwards. And Hi, what's up, Twitch chat? I'm gonna be right back, everybody. Have a little problem right now. Ooh, okay. Had a bug just like come out of nowhere. Fuck it. Okay, so back to what I was saying. That thing couldn't have waited like 2 minutes. Couldn't it have done this 2 minutes beforehand when I didn't like just go live? Really? It chose the perfect timing. What's up, Tyler? Okay. So I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna deal with this. I've got a rough idea for this building, but it's very rough. Very rough. Also, this landscaping is there in the actual world. I'm not about to redo this in here. Let's just real quickly fill this in. Now, I'm pretty sure... Oh. Gotta turn off the shaders for that. I'm pretty sure I can just, like, fill this area using this. Yeah, fill. Select that. Done. Okay. Well, so what I've got here is a bit of a logging camp. It's a very work in progress project, but underneath each of these buildings, I've got a tree farm. Every single one of these has a different tree farm, and then these two have bamboo farm. So this one hides the bamboo farm. This one has the redstone that controls the bamboo farm. And I have this central unit set up that will control all of this right here. I have this central redstone unit, so you'll be able to select whatever wood type you want. You'll be able to select whatever item you want to be crafted out of it. And then you can select how many logs will be dispensed and activate the machine. It will automatically dispense all the logs, craft it, whatever. Now, this isn't going to actually work because the lights are on, meaning there's no items inside the system, but that's the idea. And so what I'm trying to do is design one... There are items inside the system? What I'm trying to do is design one final building that is going to hide this machine. Yeah, it's going to go right in my hardcore world. But I got to actually make it look pretty first. I have such a rough idea for what I'm going to do. All I know for sure is a shape that I would like to get, and then I'm going to use a similar block palette. That's about all I got. So I want a bit of an L shape. I need this area to be a bit more open. So what I'm thinking is if I could get something kind of like this, where I've got maybe 2 sections here, and then it goes in by like 3 sections. Maybe something like that. I think this actually needs to come out a little bit more. Got to move this over a little bit. Yeah, that could work. So it'll be a little bit of an L. This will be a area that just kind of sticks out a little bit. And then I'll have a larger portion back here. Actually, I'm still going to do the L, but I don't think this should actually be as long. I don't think this should be inside. This should be like a tent. So this will be... Let's just do this out of wool so I can just kind of visualize a shape. So this will be the tent, like outdoor portion, because I want to have a campfire over here. Then we're going to have the main building, which is going to be... That's 24 blocks. So that's, yeah, that's an okay shape or size right there. And then we can do... I just want to make sure it's the exact same size. I don't want to count it out, so we're just going to be lazy. Also, that doesn't work with shaders. Okay. Very, very rough shape. Huh. Do I like it? You know what? I think it'll work, because in the end, I want to have some huge oak trees around here to add a lot of shadow. Really try to force the light in. So let's just see if we can make this work. And this is going to be 2 stories, I think is what I'm going to do. Also, I think if I push this tent in a little bit more, it might make the shape look a bit better. Because then it's like a cutout in the building, so I think that might actually be a bit better. But that would mean I want it to be on the opposite side of the building. Kind of like that, I think. Oh. Okay, that's a bit more like it, I think. Now we got to kind of figure out how we want to construct this first floor. I know for a fact that I want a very similar block palette to these. Oh, should it be a bit fancier, kind of like this? Well, this is the central building, all right? This is where they're supposed to go to store everything before they ship it off or sell it. So I'm kind of envisioning more of just like a warehouse. So I think just like this kind of fits the environment a bit better, match the other buildings a bit more. So center right there, that'll be our door. And for this, well, actually, what this needs is a really big door, actually. So, yeah, all right, we'll get to that in a minute. I don't really want to deal with that right now. All I know for sure is that this is going to be where the roof trim comes in. So let's go ahead and try and start getting that in, because as it stands, the roof is the only part that I'm 100% sure of. I really want a certain shape on the roof. Although, I now realize I changed the size of the building, so that's not going to really be possible now. Okay. That's... never mind. Not going to work. Let's just get some trapdoors and start playing with the shapes. So we're going to want here, and we're going to want here. And we're going to need some stairs. I think this needs to go one more out. Just kind of looks a little weird otherwise. Yeah, that works a little bit better. So the main door should be pretty large because that's how they're actually getting the stuff in here. Like, they don't have forklifts or anything like that. So they're not going to have a big like factory door on the back. They're just going to have the front door. So make it large enough that I could fit stuff through it. Also, they're going to have like furniture in here. So I have this kind of stuff in here. The biggest I have is a 2x2. So as long as something like that could fit through the door, it is good enough. Like, it makes sense. Does this look better out a block? Definitely does. That is way too thick. Oh, that's perfect, actually. Yeah, there we go. And then I don't know where the roof is gonna fall yet, so I'm not gonna like force any shadows quite yet. Because I don't know that the shadows gonna actually fall in that specific location yet. Also, where is this gonna go? This log will be right there. Probably do this section first. Yeah, like that. Okay. You know what I could do? I could have the tent that's gonna go like here be the larger door and have the front kind of be a closed off, nicer looking area. Ooh, I kind of like that idea actually. So the whole story I just made up is no longer the case. Okay then, so this is gonna be the very front of the build pretty much. I think it fits in pretty well. Especially with that one in like the background right there, it looks pretty close. Like it feels it belongs in this area. Okay. Now this is just going to be a solid wall, so let's just texture this real quick. Yeah, that works. All right. And then, oh, let's get trapdoors there and there. That definitely works. And then we need in these two locations. Yeah, that works. It's a little weird shaped, but it's okay. Yeah, it's not bad. Add like a little something over here, maybe. Yeah, it's not bad. And then how is this lining up over? Okay. Uh, it's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad. Bamboo. Hmm. Yeah, maybe for like foliage and whatnot. But as of right now, I don't think so. Because the bamboo wood, I don't really care for. I don't really think it fits much of anything. Ooh, how do I want to do this tent? It definitely can't be this whole area. That'd be way too big. So do like this, maybe that little area there. So let's texture this wall real quick. Just something quick and easy. And then right here is where we're going to want to add the tent, I think. Yeah, I think I'm still happy with the shape. Okay. So we're going to want this pillar right here. That gives us a 6 block. This is a 2 center, so it's kind of gonna bother me. So let's just real quickly move the whole thing over by 1. Because now I can have 5 and 5 and then put a pillar right here. So now we can just real quick do the exact same thing we did on that wall. And it works. Trapdoors in the corners. All right, now this is going to be a bit of a tent kind of thing. So we're going to have a canopy come out. And I think to do that, we should use stairs again. And then I don't know how far exactly I want this to come out. They definitely would have tough walls, that's for sure. That feels right. Spruce fences, okay. This shouldn't come out that far, I don't think. Just like a small little thing to keep them out of the sun when they're working. And then we're not actually going to make it out of wool. This is going to be mangrove with our dark oak roof trim. So I think we should kind of put that in. Bit more of a gradual slope. Yeah, just like a small little thing. How did I do it over here? No, I just had the red go up against the wall. Okay. Do that again. I think it needs to go up. Definitely needs to go up. Yeah. Almost feels like it should go up again, but I haven't decided what I'm doing right here yet. Unless... What'd I do on this one? Oh, I mean, I could do composters again, but I don't think that was that good. What if I did some sort of log, some sort of, not like a poppy color, but just a minute. What about try adding a shadow with dark oak? But then over here I can't, cause yeah, no, I'm not sure how I want to branch this off of the pillars then. But we can just do this real quick and then, ooh. The stream is lagging a bit. Oh, I don't know. On my end, it says everything's running good. Oh. Okay, Twitch seems to be struggling right now for some reason. All right, I'm not sure why it's doing that. One minute. Okay, should be back. All right, it's back. Everything says it's good on my end now, so I'm not sure if it's still doing whatever it was doing. Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna remove this tent for right now. I'm just gonna focus on trying to finish the first floor, and then I'll figure out how to get to the second floor. I don't really want to worry about doing whatever I was doing here right now, because I feel that's gonna mess up the whole build right now. I just gotta figure this part out. All right, welcome to the YouTube chat then. You'll have to let me know if the YouTube chat is fine or not, but YouTube also says everything is good, so. Okay. Let's continue with this. I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this. It's such a big building that I just don't know exactly what to do. I feel like it's going to get all messed up. But let's see. Can we section this off by 3? No, it's 1 block off. Okay. What we're going to do then is just push the whole thing back a block. Now it's sectioned by 3. Perfect. Now I do want to we want to mix things up. Give me some of those. And let's see. Can't get away with some of this. Just like little interruption. Oh. Just like it's not a me issue. Figured it out every time I need to stop and pause. Oh, I just I see what you're saying. And then this is gonna be a door, but it should still have the trap doors and everything on it. Yeah, it's very rough. So now I want this to go up again. Yes, up again. And here I'll get my fence gate. And hopefully I'll feel better about this. Did I add anything in there? There is a trapdoor. Well, that's still a 3-block gap. Unless I did something like this, which I actually think I feel better about. Add smaller pockets, more area for shadow, a little bit like more detail heavy, I guess. But then there's no room for trapdoor. Of course. It's all about spacing, and I just don't seem to have that. So let's imagine right here that we're gonna set it up like this, because why not? So this would be another pillar right here. There we go. Remove that. Make that. There, that's better. So I don't know if I'm gonna do, well, actually, let's test that right now. Let's do dark oak. And then let's get out the composters. And we'll do composters once we fix the spacing on this one. Yeah, look at that. I had the space the whole time. I just didn't have it set up correctly. There we go. Now I've got sections that look pretty good. All right, sweet. So now that we've got that all installed, let's add this back here. We'll do our composters here for a test. And then we've got those. I don't know. The composters add like this pop of color that is nice. Because it's different. Like, you never see something like that. But it also looks a little out of place, which the dark oak kind of looks about right. I definitely don't want to add more spruce logs. Like, we're not doing that. But I'm not sure that either one of these is necessarily what I want. What about oak? Just a little bit of oak. That's too bright. That's way too bright. Well, we know it's not oak. That's progress. I kind of feel like it should be a log, but I don't think I like any of these options. White is going to be too bright. Pink and red don't make sense. Orange does not make sense. The crimson and warped don't make sense. Dark oak seems a bit too dark. I already have spruce everywhere else. I don't want it to match. Oak is too light, so birch is definitely too light. And jungle, I think the texture on the log is too weird for me to really want to use it. Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. So, unless, what about like workbenches? You know, sometimes workbenches will have a really cool texture that you can use. I don't think I'm going to use this simply because of how painful that would be to get. But if I could get, no, I want the back side of it. No, that also just looks out of place. I thought it could be cool, but definitely not. Something tells me it's going to be definitely not this, but we'll try it anyway because it could look cool. No. I feel barrels might be it. Similar texture with some finer details. What about this way though? So the stripe goes horizontal. That is not bad. But now I look at that and I look at composters, and now composters don't look that bad. let's just do all 3 in the composter. Well, let's just do 2. I think the composters are the way to go. Yeah. I wasn't going to, but I think it's the best option. Now, how am I going to add this here? In a corner. I'm not sure how I'm going to do that. Also here, I don't have a spot to put a log because of the way I chose to make this. So unless I make it a bit larger or I make it a bit smaller. That looks cool, but it looks so different compared to that now, and that definitely looks better. So I think we have to kind of start this over. So we're still, get out of here. We're still gonna have like this, but we're gonna put that back. So now there's this central 3 blocks where I need 2 pillars. I could shrink the whole building like a little bit. 2 blocks. I could have 2 even sections. Or I could kind of do what I did there. Let's just place some blocks and see what happens. All right, great. So I've got that, and then I can do, what was it, slab and then door? Slab, door, slab, but now that just doesn't, that's not right. That just does not seem right. I don't know how I'm going to fix that yet. But, that kind of works. That works. That works. Trapdoor to add a little bit more, I think. No. No. Just have the door out a bit farther. That'll help. Yeah. Yeah. No. Another slab. Oh, yeah. Boom. Yeah, that works. All right. All right. All right. All right. Also, let's not forget the trapdoors. Put those back. Yeah, perfect. This works quite well. All right, so this is looking really good. I'm quite pleased. I definitely got to figure out what I'm going to do with this, though. I wish you could get just a corner stair, but you can't get it to be the corner without more stairs. So, what if I tried? What would this look like? How could I make this work? Maybe put it on the diagonal, the diagonal, the diagonal. How do you? Does it have to be hanging off a bar? I haven't ever really used these, in case you can't tell. I don't think I've ever used them once. I mean, it hides the thing. So from a distance, you cry every night knowing you can't just get corner stairs. Seriously, I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. It would be so perfect right here. But instead, I'm playing with hanging signs because they just don't want to let me have it. From a distance, it does exactly what I wanted it to do, but up close, it kind of looks a little weird. So unless I put a tree here to kind of hide it, I could put a tree there to hide it. The real question is, how am I going to hide that bar? Because I was thinking I would put the next wall like here probably, meaning that's very visible. So I kind of have to do that now. Haven't decided yet. Let's just do the first floor before I get very carried away and upset. Let's just focus on this. Okay. Well, now that we have a simple design down, this should be pretty easy copy and paste. Like, actually, if I just get this side down, I can copy and paste. So, nice. That'll be very quick. So, just got to get this side done. There we go. What am I missing? That's what I'm missing. Yeah, this is going to be so quick. I think I can use a fence post. I was trying to use a slab and it just wouldn't let me. Speaking of fence posts, does that just look good enough? I mean, it works, but like, I kind of feel the sign looked a bit better, to be honest. Well, how does this look from afar? I think the sign looked better from afar because it actually had like the angled view. So it kind of looked as if it was just a corner stair from afar. Up close, I think it looks a little worse than the post, but I also think that it looks worse up close because I can see through it. So if I block that, like all of a sudden, I think it looks a bit better. I don't know why I can't put a thing going this way with a solid, like full block above it. It has to be on a point. That really bothers me. I never use hanging signs, and this is just reminded me why I never use them. They're so difficult. It's not worth the time. I'm still missing something. There, that's what I'm missing. Definitely not missing that. Yeah, okay. No, these need to... This is definitely not going to go that quick. Oh my goodness. Well, hold up. I got one done. Let me just, Control C. No, clear that. Don't select that. Control V. Enter. Control V. That's not it. Enter. Control V. Enter. And would you look at that? We got one full side. Now I gotta texture the wall real quick. So let's just pop some coral on there. Piece of tuff. Yeah. And then we can just like copy this entire thing and paste it on the backside. This is not that complicated, but I'm like really just like staring at this, trying to make sure it looks good enough for my standards. Yeah. All right, I think I like that. Don't look at it too closely, otherwise I might change my mind. And now we need to copy that block and this block. Select there, Control C. Get rid of you. Oh, if I crouch? Ooh, I hope this is like for real. What did I have here? I would like to just try that, I think. Crouch. Oh! Okay, I can see kind of through the trapdoor, so we're going to make it a slab, but thank you oh so much. Again, I never used these things, so I had no idea. That is so much better. Oh, I didn't ah. There we go. Now it's rotated. I didn't copy the stone behind it. Oh, I didn't copy the stone. I need in here. Went into creative to test it. Nice. Okay, and now let's just put this behind. Oh, no. Behind there? Is it gonna... Oh, it's gonna block the doorway now. The door is gonna go in the center then. That's where the door is gonna go. In the center. Yeah. That'll be the door, because it's not gonna work here. Okay. I feel a lot better about this now. We're almost done with this first floor area here. Is this going to be the same size as that one? I think so. Hopefully. I'm just going to build these last couple by hand. Because I want the stone to have like a different pattern. And I could just... Is this not... Good thing I stopped to do it by hand, right? Wouldn't have lined up otherwise. Something's not right. That's what it was. I've built this on other buildings too. The fact that I still can't get my own pattern right is kind of ridiculous. But here we are. All right, and now I need the stone again. We'll just do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Bop, 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 bop. Nice. And then, so that's 5. I could add one more, but I think not. That does not line up. It doesn't. Because of this, that's why, 100%. So I need to... all right, grab right there, right there. Bring it out a block, and now... Hopefully... This just... What didn't... This did not move. Why did that? Wait. What? Oh, because I just didn't select these ones. Okay. Problem hopefully solved. That's concerning. Are these not built right? Oh no, this is still just 1, 2. It was okay. It's still just not right. I see. I see. I get it. Understood. No, I gotta move this one first. Now let's move this one. Hopefully it lines up now. All right, see, this is why we plan in creative. Imagine doing this in survival. That would have taken so much more time. And in this situation, that hanging sign is still appropriate. I don't know why we can't just get corner stairs. Like, Mojang, you're giving us the ability to ride ghasts before we can just get a corner stair. I think you guys got to get your priorities set. I'd really appreciate it if you could just give us corner stairs. I don't know what I was zooming in on there. Right there. Seriously. And that's 5. And this side would be 1, 2, 3. Oh. Oh. That's not going to fit nicely at all, is it? Probably not. Let's find out, shall we? I'm going to need to select here. Survival debug stick. That would be nice. Is it still? I flipped it around and then flipped it around again. Okay. Do I not have a log on that side? Why do I not have a log on that side? Yeah, what a shocker. It doesn't line up quite so nice. I understand why. It just... Okay, so I got a couple options here. I either make the door, like, properly, one of these 3x3 sections, or I add another door out the back, employees only, maybe? But I don't like that idea very much. So I could make one of these, probably the center one, 4. Or I could just have a 1. That's an option. I think I know what I have to do here. I just don't want to do it. Okay. The door has to get fixed. So 2 blocks this has to move. Right here. Right there. Okay, let's fix this mess. Could have just done it right the first time, then I wouldn't be doing this, but where's the fun in that? So the door... Actually, let's have this go... Ooh. No, I don't think this should go up a block. What we should do is fix... Oh, no, that was not supposed to move. That was not supposed to move. That was supposed to stay put. Whoops. Okay, so the back is now fixed. Very nice. Now we just gotta make sure the front is all good. And we're good. All right, perfect. I mean, this probably worked better anyway. Now we got more depth, which, let's be realistic, more depth is always a good thing. Yeah, that... Okay, so first floor I think looks pretty solid actually. And we're not going to need any windows because this is just going to be like mass storage. Also, for the sake of when I actually build this in survival, I knock out these corners here because I'm going to add supports in the survival version of this, and I don't want to have to go get more dead coral than I have to because that's not really a fun block to get. Thankfully, it seems to just be like all tough that ended up in these locations. But still, I don't have that much tough in the actual like hardcore world either. So that works pretty well. Looks good. Inside, I'm kind of scared to start the second story, so let's do interior, I think. Now, this interior is actually going to be pretty basic. This is just going to be like mass lumber storage, which I pretty much get to copy what I did in here, kind of. And then I also get to add like whole log storage. So let's do whole logs like across here. So they actually have to bring in the logs through this door. And we'll do kind of like this, I think. This one would be like a work area here, something you would just completely ignore that. We would have only 3. Well, we'd put logs on the bottom too, so then we get 6. How many log types are there? Just do. Well, if we count bamboo, I'm pretty sure I just counted 12. However, I'm not very confident in that. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then bamboo and the 2 stems. Yeah, okay. 12 is a lot. I can't believe we actually have 12 wood types. So I think we will display half of that. We'll choose 6. And then what we'll do is we will do like this plywood and lumber storage over here, and we'll display the other 6 in that variation. Yeah, and then the center, I'm probably going to need a spot to go downstairs to actually be able to get to this redstone room, which I'm now realizing is over here. But in the actual hardcore world, I can just position the building forwards a bit more. Oh. But then I may want to rotate it. I really want it facing this way. So I could just pull it forward so I have a staircase. I don't really think I want to pull. I don't know what I want to do. Oh boy. Just do the interior here. I know for a fact that I'm going to do lumber storage right here. I want it to be, for the most part, in line with this door the entire way down, so I can just go all the way across like this. And then I think it actually looks better if I have the end sticking out. And then, of course, we actually need to support it somehow. And then this corner, I would just kind of try to ignore. Maybe I hide it with some stairs. Just doesn't exist. Although I don't think stairs is a very good way to do that. So I'm thinking probably a bit more trapdoors. This is a lot of spruce, but I think more spruce trapdoors would do it. Now, I don't think I want to put it on the outside. So that works, but then here's the question. How am I going to do this one? if I do that, then on the inside here, I could just choose a solid block of some sort. Oh, walls. Walls perfectly do that. Walls. I mean, maybe they're still doing this stone tough pattern thing on the inside. I can't do coral for that, but I could use cobblestone and andesite. I think that's kind of close enough. For sure the cobblestone, the andesite maybe. I mean, it's kind of a bit too bright for all of those, but cobblestone and tough, I could work with that. Well, I guess I do need to actually have some things there. And then I don't want to have to get a log that I don't have to get. So again, we're going to get rid of those. And then just for the sake of this hallway, I don't know exactly how this is going to go moving in this direction, but... Oh, you know what? How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, that's 5. I was just going to say maybe I could display all of the log types, like right in that little area, just have that be the wall of the logs. And then in here could be the plywood type stuff. I like that idea, like a lot. I just don't exactly know how. Well, I know how. I just make the building a bit larger. That would do it. Actually, no, this is perfect because I want to make it too tall. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. It's perfect right there. But now I'm wondering, is this going to be a bit cramped? You know what? Let's just build it and see what happens because I'm really liking the idea. Now, I want these to be the same sort of depth as over on the other wall. So, right, just kind of like, just the exact same thing. Gonna mirror it. And then these, I'm gonna choose to just completely ignore. I could add maybe a workbench or something back here. Alternatively, I could just bring the wall up to here and kind of block it off altogether. Not really too sure. I just deleted my tough, put that back. And then I want this to go up again. Just like that. And have this come all the way across. And that would be log storage. I love this idea. I'm gonna have to cater the second floor to this. Actually, this is, yeah, better for me to do the interior first. Because then when making the second floor, I won't be limited by the size of the building. I just make the building fit the interior. So that's just like a really tiny taste. And I think that's awesome. That's incredible. I'm loving that. Kind of reminds me of Menards. They'll have a like lumber area that you can go, and it's just like 2 massive warehouse buildings. You can go upstairs and it's just got all these little cubbies with all the different wood types in there. And all the different sizes and everything. I'll have to add probably ladders. So the idea is they climb up there, and if you order a certain log type, they'll just like shove it off the shelf and then haul it out the door down to the docks where you can put it on a boat. Can we just acknowledge this looks like some crazy version of tic-tac-toe a 7-year-old made? So again, I'm still thinking spruce. We're gonna put shelves in there. Yeah. So this building is definitely going to take a lot longer to design than the others. I didn't necessarily know exactly how large I wanted to make it, but this thing could fit like 2 of the other buildings inside of it. And once you add a second floor, it could probably fit. Ooh, it could probably fit at least 2/3 of them, maybe even more. All right, that's working for me. And then in the middle here, is this too much spruce wood? Like if I look up, am I sick of that? No, not really. That works for me. The real question though is going to be, where am I putting lighting for this? Oh, no, that's a silly question. I'll just hang it off the actual rafter I just put. Duh. I can't believe I actually had to ask that question. Wow. I have no idea how I'm going to make this work with the front of the building. Like, that's going to be interesting. I don't even like that right there. I kind of feel the best thing to do on the back here is just going to be to close it off. Because then I just don't have to deal with it like at all. And I think that's just the best option. And then I'm not sure what I'm going to do with these spaces at all. No clue. But I think this is going well. And then out back here, I think I'm going to just do the exact same thing I've been doing with the coral. Collecting all this coral is going to be so miserable. This is really going to suck. Yeah. Oh. Do I run the gradient all the way up this back wall? No, tell you what, let's do pretty much the exact same thing we've been doing outside, just now on the inside. I think that'll be like really weird, but kind of cool at the same time. Just like straight composters. Nah, for this one, what about the barrels? The barrels might look better for this one, because it's already like all made of spruce wood, so I feel... I don't care for that, like, at all. Um. Hmm. I am not sure. Also, someone in the Twitch chat has just sent a link to buy viewers. What in the world? Okay. Was not expecting that to happen tonight, but okay. Ban him? Yeah, that's smart. It's 100% just a bot. This is 100% just a bot. Yeah, okay. This is really giving me horse stable vibes right now. I'm kind of loving it, but at the same time, I feel like really weird about it. Should this? No, this should be the chorister or whatever my path is going to be, which is going to be a lot of chorus dirt out here, and then I'll mix in some path blocks. That's what this should be. Because this is going to be the same as it is out here, so I think that just kind of makes sense. Yeah, that works good enough for me. That makes me happy. Lantern time. No, it definitely needs a chain. Definitely needs a chain. That's not a lantern. That is much nicer. Okay. And then let's add the ladders that I was going to add. I still don't think I like that. What kind of trapdoors might look better? Maybe just spruce trapdoors, to be honest. It's a similar texture, but not so bold. So it might... Do I want it indented? Oh, that might... Yeah, that's really nice, actually. It's like a little shelf, but in reality, nothing can go up there. But what I could do is using the armor stand data pack, get a, like a kid sitting up there. That might look cool. All right, ladders on every single one. Have them go up one more so you could realistically get up there. So, yeah, I can't because I'm just bad, but in real life, this makes sense. Minecraft, it's not actually functional, but looks like it makes sense. Okay. Now I still have to add. I still gotta do all this. Still, oh, also these are gonna have to get changed. Because walls don't cover the entire block. Okay, and then let's just real quickly complete this real quick. let's just real quickly complete this real quick. Yeah, I'm doing so great. Wow. Okay, so dropping down here, that looks much better. Give me the walls, and real quick, we can actually, hopefully, complete this. Yeah. Wait, hold on, wait. Where's my block? Where's my block? Put it back, Oh. Oh. Hold up. So the only reason I can do that is because Axiom. But if I were to say, just save that as a real quick temporary schematic. And if I go to the actual hardcore world, in a survival world, will that stay like that? Or is it gonna go back? Okay. Hi. Oh. Load schematic. This thing. I don't think I have a spruce stair. Of course not. Hold up. I got spruce down here. I need to know. This could be huge. I feel like I've tried this before, but I don't remember. I think I've done this. I really do. But I don't remember now. Please tell me this works. I'm gonna be so upset if it doesn't. Easy place mode on. Hold up. Turn off the schematic. Ah! Oh my god. Chat, we seeing this? Oh, we seeing this? Oh my goodness! I can get just a corner stair. I mean, I knew Lightmatica and like Axiom were like, you know, super useful, okay? But I didn't think they were that useful. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. So we're definitely able to remove this silly, goofy looking hanging sign now. Put a solid block and then I just punch. Nope. Click out the corner. Oh my. Okay, so the second you update the block, it breaks it. But I mean, that right there works. And that probably just broke it doing that. Yeah. Once it's in place, you cannot touch it like at all. But look at that. Am I able to do it on two at the same time? No, remove. That's not what I wanted. I don't think I can remove like all of it so that I can just get those 2 bits right there. No, so I can just like control stair bits. I thought I could just get like quarter blocks for a second. That would have been so cool. But that's still huge. Wait, can I make a vertical slab? No, it just like modifies the stairs. Okay. So it just like rotates it. I can control the stair phases, but I can't make like game breaking things. Understood. Very large, like missed opportunity right there. Axiom, could you maybe update that? Would really appreciate it. So that's huge. I'm gonna be I'm gonna be using this everywhere now. I can't stop looking at it. That's just so wow. Wow, 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 wow. So happy. Oh, I still gotta do the second floor. I don't want to build another floor. Copy and paste, maybe? Can I? I might be able to. Hold up. I would need to select there. And then I already have those in place, right? Yeah, so there. Is that like the right area? I think so. So let's just try it. I feel like I need to. No, I moved it. Dang it. Apparently I just grabbed a rotator thing. Is that lined up? All right, perfect. That just saved me like 20 minutes. Because for some reason I'm working really slow right now. I think it's kind of because I've already designed 3 buildings today. I like really just don't want to design anymore. But this is the last one to finish off the buildings in this area. So I really just buckle down, get it done. Of course, though, I saved the largest one for last. So even though it is the last one, it's still like huge in size. It's as if I'm building 4 of the other ones. All right, so that should make most of this area good. I think. I got very distracted by those pillars on the outside wall. I don't know why it distracted me that much that I couldn't think of a word, but it did. All right, so this is what that looks like. So all I have to do now is, of course, get the logs in there, but I also, hold up, fix this one spot. That should be all of it now. I gotta figure out what I'm doing with these sections here, because I don't really know. Also, I can't do much. Oh, no, I thought that was the outside, like, visible part. I can just remove that. Hold up, do I just do that? And then forester that? Yeah, that's exactly what I do. Not only is that the easiest option, but it still looks pretty good. And then just do the exact same thing up here. Ah, now you see on the back wall, I did the trapdoors. And it looks pretty good, so I'd love to copy it here. But I actually have the outside, like, wall visible. So I kind of feel for symmetry, I do the exact same thing with the composters over here. And then do I put this like that? I mean, I think it looked better the other way, and let's be real, who cares about symmetry? No, I really do care about symmetry, but in this case, I think I can get away with it. I have no idea what I'm going to do with this one, so let's just ignore that. I feel like once I start the second floor, that'll just kind of take care of itself, I hope. These really should be there, but for the actual second floor, I think these are going to be in the way. Unless I actually decide to put the wall like there. But I haven't really decided what I want to do with that yet. I am so confused. I'm looking at the streams and Twitch says it's been streaming for an hour. The YouTube says it's been 28 minutes. Excuse you? What? How have you been live for 34 minutes less? Oh, no, it was just like getting cut off. How have you been live for 30 minutes longer? They're still not even, but YouTube's not behind, YouTube's ahead. I don't understand that one. I was about to say, there's no way it's only been 28 minutes. 88 minutes? That was right. Yeah, that was right. That's what it was at. Mine was, it was cutting off the 1 hour, so for me it just showed 28 minutes, but in reality it's been an hour 28 minutes, and that is 88. So yeah, that's accurate. Okay, log time. Clear the inventory because I don't want to look at this anymore. Logs. So these are going to be just normal logs, like uncut. That's kind of the idea, and I'm able to fit all 12, so this should be fun. Let's also get the stems, crimson, warped, and then finally, that's not how you spell bamboo. Bamboo. So let's just kind of start filling these in. That's gonna bother me. Oh. Well, if I just kind of like... Now hold up. Axiom thing is able to fix stairs. Can I just... I can click on it and it doesn't connect. Oh, you can just modify like all aspects of it. What did I just do there? How? Oh, that's as if it was connected to a... How do I do what I just did on that one? Oh. Wait, hold on. Whoa. That one's flat now. How did I do that? Where did I click? I gotta fix this one? I'm so confused. Look, that like completely... Well, you know what? That works good enough for me, I guess. Just do a little something like that. And then how did I get rid of it? I don't really know how I'm doing this. I have no idea what I'm doing. Did I click on the back side of this one? Of the other one, I mean? To make it go flat? Is that what I did? Okay. Well, that is incredible. The fact that I can do that to walls as well. And assuming I never ever touch this build again. Once I actually get it all in place with Lightmatica, I will never ever have to deal with this. So oak logs done. Next up, what's let's do like the normal woods over here. So we'll do spruce down here. Then we'll do dark oak over here. And now I gotta figure out how I did what I did. Oh, well, I just did it like real quick and easy that time. So I double click and it just gone. And then over here, I double click and it just go. This is so cool. And then this one, I just got a triple click. I love it so much. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, I got 9 more. Birch is definitely classified as like a normal wood type. At least in my book. When I think of normal wood types, I usually think of like the OGs, like before the 116 stuff, typically. So that would mean before these, before that, and before that. So like these 6 are what I would consider normal. But the orange, if we're going to be real, the orange is kind of weird. But jungle and birch are for sure in this classification. To be real, I think I'm going to put pale oak under the normal woods. I know it's white, but it looks clean. And the orange is like off-put. Like it's so weird. It feels like it does not belong under the normal category. Plus, I use the pale oak in literally everything, so to me, it just is normal. I know I didn't really seem to care for it too much when it first came out. I was like, that's cool. I'm not sure where I'd use that. I'm not going to say it's a bad block, but I'm not sure. But now, every single build, it's perfect. It is up there with spruce. It's easily... I don't think it's best. Spruce is still best because spruce can just add certain accents that pale oak can't, but it's number 2 for sure. All right, 6 more to go. Let's hide acacia in the top back because I think it's the ugliest. I'm not a fan of the cherry, but like I don't like how acacia looks even more. And that's like really saying something. So let's chuck it all the way back here where I'll hopefully never see it. And then cherry, because I think its log actually looks kind of cool, but I don't really like looking at it either. Yeah. I know the orange can be useful. Like I've seen people make it work, and I have made it work in the past, but like it's so rare that I actually have a build where I want to use the orange. Messenger. What mods do I use? I have such a long list. Here, I can just like scroll through a bunch of them. They're all just like useful little things. So like Visual Workbench, actually, for example, this one I love. Pretty much, it just makes it so whenever I'm using a crafting table, you can see what's on the bench. And it'll, if it's like a complete recipe, it will display above what it's crafting. It's so cool. Also, I am mainly a Bedrock player, or at least I was. And there's a lot of things on Bedrock that you can bone meal. You can't bone meal in Java for some goofy reason. So I installed Universal Bone Meal. You can pretty much bone meal everything. Like, pretty much everything. Like, for some reason, you can't bone meal sugarcane on Java, and I don't understand why. I don't know what buffoon would do that. You just should be able to bone meal it. For the last 10 years of my life, I've been able to bone meal sugarcane, and then I start playing Java, and all of a sudden, that's no longer an option. Like, no. No, we're fixing that with a mod. It's just a bunch of small little ones. Also, one of my favorite mods, Axiom, which I'm using for the creative building. I'm able to do things that I'm not otherwise able to do. Corner stair. And then again, I can make it just wherever I want. Corner stair. Absolutely incredible. And then if I use Lightmatica to like build this in the actual hardcore world, it stays that way. So it's so cool. All right, I got 2 more. Crimson. And then bamboo. I feel like bamboo should go back here. It's not necessarily ugly, it's just... I feel like it shouldn't be front and center. You know, it is kind of a shame. We finally get like a green block set, and it's just one block. Like the rest of it's bright yellow. It's so close, Mojang. You're so close, but little bit off. We wanted a full set of green wood, not just the log. All right, so that is this log haul done. Oh, that's actually a perfect name, and it 100% should go on a sign above here. The Hall of Log. The Log Hall. I think that's funnier, so we're gonna stick with that, but like, Okay, so I walk inside here and I feel really good about the build until I go back outside and realize that's not even half of it. Okay. The issue is I don't really know what else I want to do. All right. I knew what I wanted to do for the base, this like first floor base foundation. And then I knew I wanted to display the logs like this, and it just so happened it turned into like this perfect hallway. I don't exactly have a plan for the rest of it, so now I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do. I know for sure that I wanted to do plywood and lumber that could be like held here, but at the same time, it's already held here. And the idea was that this building mills down the plywood and the lumber, and it gets held here until they take it into the workshop to make the furniture. But if I already have a separate storage facility for the lumber and the plywood, why would I store more of it in here? Just sell it straight from that building. You know? Have a person at a desk in here, and if someone's like, hey, I want the plywood, you're just like, oh, yeah, it's in that building over there. Or you just like, all right, I'll write you down a list and we'll ship it to your base. And you just take it out of that building directly to the boat. Like, it doesn't have to... It doesn't make sense to have two. So what if... See, I was going to do 2 stories, because the second story was going to be where I store the furniture. that'll be like where they sell the furniture from directly. And in here, there's some just kind of waiting to be brought out of the actual workshop to wherever it's being sold or to storage. So this is like very temporary, just kind of like we're putting the finishing touches on it, we're finishing the order, and then it's going to go out to who knows where. So like it's not going to be stored here. So I think maybe then I just put it here. It doesn't make sense to have a second floor if I got the room, and it doesn't make sense to make another storage facility like this. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do then. That does mean, though, that if I'm not making a second floor, I got to put the roof straight off of here. So, well, you know what? I could do what I did over there. It goes up like 2 more blocks. That could be right here to perfectly hide these 2 blocks. Yeah, okay, that's the plan. But now I really got to figure out what I'm doing now. I'm just procrastinating because I don't want to figure it out. All right, you know what? Tell you what. I 100% am going to figure this out tonight, but I'm going to procrastinate just a wee bit longer, so 60-second intermission. That was probably about 60-ish seconds. And just to be completely honest here, in those 60 seconds, I did not figure out what I'm going to do. I stared at the wall. No, I'm joking. I didn't think about it. I 100% am displaying furniture, and I think the idea is I should have some shelves, kind of. So like you have 2 layers of the furniture, at least for like smaller things like cabinets, or that was the wrong key. Another thing that I thought I could do, you know how you'll go to IKEA and you walk through the display rooms, and at the end, there's the giant warehouse with just boxes. Now, I'm not making another building for just cardboard boxes, but I could have the shelves where the furniture is displayed here, and then on top of the shelf is just like some sort of box, like a beehive. And I like that idea. However, I don't have a bee farm, and I don't want to have to make one. So beehives are out the option. I could do barrels or chests or just like any basic storage type looking block. Okay. Favorite shader pack? Well, I have a couple installed, but my absolute favorite is just going to be the Solus. It's so beautiful. I love it. Zeus also. Zeus is really cool. But Zeus, this is going to lag really bad because I'm live while trying to show off like very intense shaders. It looks really cool, but it's kind of a lot of issues. And I've seen videos about them, and people's got the shaders. People have the shaders running perfectly fine. But like, why do I look like this? I should not look like this. I'm a blurry blob, and I don't understand why. So I haven't really actually been able to use this shader. Also, like, there's this ring following me for some odd reason, and I don't understand why. This only happens with the what is this? Zeus? The Zeus shaders? But once you actually get into like an area, I mean, I don't know. It's so weird. My go-to is the Solus. It's absolutely beautiful. I have complimentary because some people like seeing what stuff I build looks like with that on, but I think this is the best one. Also, we didn't actually look at this log hall with the shaders on. Honestly, it looks even better. It's chef's kiss. I love it. It's really, really so simple, but it's so cool. It's just so nice. I just kind of like want to sit in here and look at it. And that's definitely not just because I'm procrastinating actually starting the other thing. No, it 100% is. Do I add a wallpaper or do I continue with this awful looking thing? It looks good from the outside, but like on the interior, if I add a wallpaper, that is going to bring my full like internal footprint down to whatever size this is going to be in the end. Down to that. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10, 11. What did I say that was? 9? 9 by 11. Okay. What is like the size of this building, for instance? 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this one, I mean, it's bigger than that. And then if we look in here, the furniture is pretty much this all the way there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, yeah, I can definitely do something with that space. So now comes the question, what kind of wallpaper? In case you can't tell, I don't like that question, as I can never decide on something that I really like. I have not done an interior in quite a while. Well, besides like these two buildings and that building. But this was all done today. Like besides today, I haven't done an interior in forever. Because these three don't have interiors. And then there's this building, which I did an interior on, but I really lazily did the interior. So it's like it's not very detailed or good looking. Like this, an 8-year-old could make this interior, you know? So I'm really not proud of it. I just needed something because there's control control levers and stuff in here. Also, by the way, since I have you here, look at this. Every time I ride my horse by here to go back to my base or whatever, I see this and I love it so much. I really need to show it off. Like, it's nothing special, but it's so just Like, wow. And I don't know why, if it's just because it's Minecraft and I have the mini blocks, which are apparently player heads, and the axe. Really, the axe always gets me because it's Minecraft. Like, that does not look right, but it looks so cool and like satisfying in my heart. I love this area so much. I'm 100% the thumbnail for this video. I'm gonna make one featuring this, and I'll probably put it up and just see how that does, because I love it so much. And I think if I love it that much, other people would too. You like the Bliss shaders? I don't think I've ever used them, so I can't comment on that. But I have never, ever, ever, ever once used World Edit. Never. I only started playing Java in December. So when I came out, Axiom was... I have no idea when Axiom came out, but I know it's a newer thing. So when I just started playing Java, all the rage was Axiom. It didn't really make sense for me to do World Edit to me. I was like, try the new cool one that everyone says is great. So that's what I did, and I like it. I only ever use like the... Whoops. I only use like the real basic features for it, so I haven't even gotten to use any like the really cool stuff you can do with this thing. I just haven't made any like really big projects yet, but one day. I was thinking about something like really cool to say at the end there, really close that off. Couldn't think of anything. Okay, I finally got to do this, don't I? Any ideas for wallpaper? Remember, this is supposed to be like a very low-techy medieval kind of login village, so they're not going to have anything extreme. Just give me a block, a color even, something. Also, the stream is like a minute delayed, so I'm just going to stare at the wall while I wait for a reply. Pretty cool looking wall, though, I will say. Pretty cool wall. I could do pale oak. I mean, that's an option. I could do a terracotta orange. I could do the purple wool. Definitely not going to do the purple wool, but the pale oak actually might not be a bad idea. As long as I really make sure to cover the walls with like a lot of shelves, make sure there's a lot of furniture, so it's not too overpowering of a white, like I hide a lot of it, it could work. But just like already looking at that, that's really strong. I mean, on every wall, that is strong. See, normally I'd be like, go look at what else I've built, but I haven't done an internal wallpaper on any of these because it was just so small. Huh. Also, for those buildings, it was just like a workshop. I didn't really care. It made sense. But this is supposed to be kind of like it is supposed to be like a warehouse, but you walk in and you can view the furniture at the same time. So I feel like it needs to be in a bit of a nicer setting than just a warehouse. A bottom layer of composter, and then 2 different types of logs, like oak and birch. I think you might be onto something with the composter. I've already got them all over the place, so let's see what I get with this. Why did that... Shader is turning off, apparently. Now, I'm not sure about like 2 different wood types. I feel like that might be a little too much. I've already used a lot of spruce, so might as well just see what that looks like, right? I mean, it's kind of bland, which frankly might be exactly what I wanted. The barrels for like the bottom, I assume you mean? I don't, I'll try them. I don't think I want to do the barrels though. I've tried some barrels in some other locations already, and they just seemed, I don't even know exactly how to describe it. They just didn't look that great. Especially with the spruce, it doesn't look good, but I mean, if I go back to oak, I don't think it looks as good as this option did though. Let's see, what's the birch? Oh, what about like a stripped oak log? Well, not in that orientation. No, the spruce definitely still just looks better. Well, that is not a bad option. I mean, I wanted something that was bland so that it didn't really take away from the furniture. The issue though is I kind of make a lot of the furniture spruce because, you know, it just looks that good. So spruce furniture in a spruce room might not really work too well. I think I need to figure out the shape of the roof real quick before I go any farther. Because if I have the room, I would like to make this a bit taller. But I don't know what I'm doing with the roof yet, so I'm not able to finalize if I'm doing that. Favorite way to do a bottom layer, composters, dark oak, and then spruce logs vertically. Let's see. Spruce logs. I don't know if you mean stripped or not stripped, so we'll look at both. And then dark oak. There it is. So we'll do that right there. And then we'll do some not stripped, some stripped. I mean, with the not stripped, it better matches the dark oak. It's not a bad option. But that does add a lot more texture to the room. And again, I kind of think the bland feeling kind of perfectly fits what I'm going for there. So I think we're going to stick with this. And now I still got to figure out how I want to do the roof, which normally isn't a big deal, but I have this piece here. So it's not just like a box or a rectangle. So I gotta, I think the obvious answer is right here. Probably not a tall A-frame. It's like a short. I know an A-frame is, you know, when you use a stair and a block and a stair and you climb like really high vertically. What do you call it when you just do the slabs? Does anyone know what the name of this is? Hello, dog prods. I have no idea what the name for just this dark oak is. See, I really wanted to do a specific roof shape, and unfortunately, I have no idea what the name of this shape is, but I want it to be like, you know, you got the point there, and then I do another one on like all 4 sides. I think that could look really cool. It's not going to work on this build, of course, but All right, that's not bad. I really do like how that looks. Now, just so I can better visualize this, let's grab some pale oak and just kind of slap it in here. Now on the inside, I think I could. Or you know what? I could do exactly what I did inside that room and just make this planks. It's a bit flatter than I would have liked, but I think it works just fine. All right, well, we got that figured out. Actually, you know what I could do? Add a little bit of shape to the thing. Add some signs, just like bang, bang, bang. It adds like this little bit of texture. It's very subtle, but it really changes it. Now, just all of a sudden, you look at this, and it's not a flat wall. So that's very nice. Thank you so much, Dog Prods. I'm really pleased with how that's looking. But then I zoom out, and I'm not so happy. You know what? Tell you what. Grab ourselves the dark oak trapdoors. And I think if I add a strip right here, something I could do is what I did over here. If I stash some azalea leaves in here, that might break things up. I mean, that looks a little too uniform for me. So, ooh, pots would definitely be a good way to go. But what I'm really curious of, grass. But I don't remember what I was so curious of because I know I can't place it on trapdoors. So what was I gonna do? I don't remember. Oh, you can't put grass in a pot. Mojang, we're gonna have to have a serious talk, okay? This is ridiculous. Ridiculous. Mojang, we're gonna have to have a chat, guys. We really are. Could you guys please? That is such a basic thing, too. They, like, that, it's just a pot of grass. I can't have a pot of grass, Mojang. Come on. I didn't think that would really make me this mad, but I'm fuming, Mojang. Hear me, Mojang. Listen to me complain, please. This, actually, is probably the one spot I want to keep the leaves. I wish they had like a half leaf block. That would be kind of perfect because the leaves look good, but the full block is just a little bit too much. And unfortunately, the plant in the pot does not quite achieve what I want. All right, I see some sea pickles, and that gives me an idea. Just kind of... Now leave that as a leaf. And then, can I put small drip leaf in a pot? You can't put it... What do you have to place these on? It can't even go on... What in the world? What do you place small drip leaf on? Does it have to be next to water? No, it has to be in water. And on dirt. What about just dirt? No, it has to be in water. Well, that would explain why I've never really used them in a single build before, because I don't have just pots of water laying around. I think that kind of works. Yeah, that's not bad. Just kind of mix things up. Put this back a block. For such a simple little addition like this, really a lot of thought goes into this. Oh, but then you can't read the sign. That's no good. I want people to not laugh at my horrendous joke. Alright, that just... Oh, well, I accidentally made 3 in a row. That's not what I want. Oh, that... Dang it, I wanted to leave the one with the pickles on it. I'm not entirely sure. What did I do that made this look... Like, why does that look good? But that doesn't. Tell you what about if I put some sort of a trap door in front of, like, certain parts of it? That could work. I mean, the bamboo is not the prettiest, but it can work. Like, it kind of works here. I like it. So maybe, hear me out. Eh? I mean, that's not bad, but does that look better? I mean, that's just more minute, you know, more subtle. So I feel that kind of makes the leaves pop a bit more. And then if I were to add a few, like, flowering azalea, that might make it pop just a bit more. Just a few. I quite like that. I feel if I add one more right there, like now I'm really all right. There's not a single thought occurring behind my eyeballs right now. I'm just like looking at it and I'm just like, yeah, I think so. That I'm still not happy with it, but I can't really figure out why. And it's really bothering me. Because I know I need to change something, but I don't know what. It may have just been that one block, actually. That's better. That now I'm kind of happy. I think it was that one flowering azalea leaf right there. That kind of fixed the whole thing for me, just getting rid of it. With the shaders? I'm happy. All right, I think I'm happy now. That one block was ruining the whole thing. And now, like a subtle breeze going that way. What direction is that? There's a subtle southward breeze. Yeah, that. All right, that makes me happy. That makes me happy. Now, that might be too far. That might be too far. Now I gotta figure out how I add a roof to the rest of this, which I'm not sure how do I add roof? I sound like a 4-year-old, but I don't know how to add roof. Maybe that might do it. I'm not unhappy with this so far. Yeah, I mean, that works. It doesn't look good, doesn't look bad. It's just, you know, it's a thing. I don't feel like there should be any windows because there's not actually going to be anyone looking out of here. Although a window could really break this up. However, leaves could also break this up. No, they couldn't. This is gonna be just a repeat of the other side. I don't want to spend another 15 minutes trying to figure out where to place 6 blocks. Well, if the breeze is going south, that would mean that's kind of blowing stuff under here. So maybe it's kind of trailing downwards. And then yeah. No. Yeah. And then finally I could do kind of like that. From this perspective, it looks like the exact same thing though. I don't want 3 in a row. That's too much. But straight back ain't really it. How's that? No, that does not look anywhere near right. I mean, it's not 3 of the exact same thing in a row, but it kind of just looks like a giant clump. That's better, but now I feel I see, like, my eyes, I'm not distracted enough now. Like, I notice how bland this looks. Oh, where was the other one? Was it here? I mean, this is a clump, but it distracts me just enough. So what if I really think a window. I really think a window would perfectly suit this. It doesn't make much sense to me to have a window, but no, other side. But I think a window kind of perfectly just, it fits. It breaks it up just enough. See, now it like works. I'm not upset about it at all. I'm just kind of, you know, it's there. I'm pleased with it. And then we'll add a pot maybe right here with, I think, another fern. And then I really wish I could add grass up here. Actually, you know what? I could. I actually could. If I get some moss. This is how I made some of my trees. I did the moss and then the grass. And if I put the moss behind the trapdoors, it looks like the same if you're not really zooming in. And when you add the grass, you don't even really care because you're looking up at the grass, not down at the moss. So that really works. Oh, and let's not forget to add flowers. Add in one there and one there. I think we'll perfectly break that up. I kind of feel like there should be one here as well. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so I think I'm happy with those two fronts. I'm gonna have to add another one over there. Oh wait, no, I'm not, because this is gonna go straight back. So I'm gonna have to add one there, but I'm just gonna copy and paste this one, I think. So I need to select this block, and then make this a block that I'm not gonna. And then I need this block. That one. Control C. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. We come back over here. Yeah, that works for me. However, these are now blowing the wrong way. Dang it, I broke the pickles again. But that one has to go, doesn't it? Make this a little bit different. You're going to be the leaf with the flowers. Add one boy right there. Give him pickles. And then give me grass. I feel like that needs to be shorter then. Yeah, I like E. So now I got to decide how exactly I want to connect the two of these. Which you would think you would just kind of do like that, but that looks stupid. So my thought would be you got to have it up here to do what I want to do. But then that doesn't look right. So how I fix? This has got to be a pretty boring stream. I just keep like staring at stuff in silence and thinking about it. Oh no, there shouldn't be a sign on this end. Glad I noticed that when I did. Okay, so we have the three like pieces now. We gotta connect them. And I'm really struggling to do that. All I know for sure is I would like dark oak trapdoors around here. So how do I like connect that? Like that, maybe. I mean, that's not bad. The issue then is when I go to add my mangrove, the first two are going to be the same level, unless I do trapdoors. The mangrove trapdoors have a giant hole in them. So, like, I mean, from here it looks good. But if I ever decide to get an elytra, it's not going to look so pretty. How does it look from the map? I don't know, from the map it looks the exact same, so that's good. This might be the way to do it, but it doesn't exactly make me happy. I'm not sure. Also, it's been 2.5 hours. I was hoping to have this build done in approximately 2.5 hours. We're only... we're over halfway, what, like 65% of the way there? That's still a D, so, you know, maybe not anything to be super proud of, but at least I started, right? Look at it that way, I guess. I 100% need another trapdoor under there then. What is this? This looks awful. Yeah, no, why is there one down on all of these? This looks god awful. No, that's so much cleaner without it. You know, I think I like that. Let's just do like one entire corner half. Oh, that's taller than... Oh, no. It's... How much taller is that? Is it just one block? Yeah, but that's a big difference. When you look at this from top down, like... This build, for example. From this angle, it doesn't look awful. The big thing is from the ground. Like right here, it looks right here, right there, it looks good. And like right here, it looks not as good. So I don't want to have to deal with that. I'm not sure there's much I can do about this. Come on, brain, activate, please. I think you can hear me tapping on the microphone, can't you? Yeah, that just means I have absolutely no clue how to... All right, here's a thought. Just keep building the mangrove portion, and it might work itself out. I've had that happen in the past. Something tells me I'm not gonna be that lucky right now, but I can hope. Oh, dude. Oh. All right, well, now I'm definitely not gonna get that lucky because I just used all the luck on this right here. That's all the luck I've got for this project. It's not... That is not gonna solve itself now. Great. You know what? That's okay, because I think this would have been a bigger headache anyway, so take what you can get, I guess. Kind of now realizing, what am I going to do with the mangrove? Also, if the mangrove is like curving here, what am I? Oh. Because now the mangrove is see, I thought this would look better than just like a normal 90-degree intersection point. That does not appear to be the case. I don't know what to do. These are not going to line up very nicely. Also, I can't do a 90-degree intersection point. Well, I guess we're making this work. And you know, I do like the way this looks, but not going all the way up. If I had my way, actually, I'd stop it with 3. It looks like I have to do 4 to really be able to... But you can't really do this diagonal pattern and then try to turn it into a 90-degree intersection point. You know, I said let's do the roof because I thought the roof would be real quick and easy. I didn't think this would be the part. Like, I think I'd have better luck just doing the interior right now. Which I don't want to do that either, to be honest. I think that's actually, that one scares me. Because I really want that to look good, and I have no idea how to do that yet. Any ideas, chat? Any ideas on how we might fix this? Let's just see what this looks like if I actually have these two meet. I think I can do a bit more gradual, like 2. Oh god, no. You know, what I could do actually is I could just have this entire... I have an idea. Give me a stair. Normally I'm against that because I think it looks a little weird. But it looks better than the alternative option. But that is too steep. Can I slow that down a little with the trapdoor? The issue is now, how do I make the mangrove, like, match up to that without looking absolutely ridiculous. It doesn't look right having it tapered down. And I feel like if I tried to make this any slower of an incline, it would look awful. I feel like both of these are perfect. I just gotta somehow, some way, some shape, some form, get a perfect, or at least hardly noticeable looking intersection. The issue is I don't know how on earth I'm gonna make this hardly noticeable. Three people are just like watching me stare at this in silence. Wow. Thank you, honestly. Okay. Okay. We gotta buckle down, figure this out. Where there's a will, there's a way. One of my favorite sayings. So we just gotta have the will to figure this out. The issue now is though, like, we get to the mangrove, and now I gotta have the mangrove like slope up into that, and that it looks so wrong. Now, an alternative option to like fix that would be you have the mangrove up the entire way, which would then fix that bottom issue, but it looks even worse to have the entire roof above the trim. Like, that looks so bad. I'm like sliding out of my chair just staring at this thing. I have no idea. I like to think of myself more of a builder than a redstone type, but sometimes I gotta tell you, redstone, it's all just, calculations, really. Just look at it, you go, that ain't working. Why ain't that working? That's why. Fix it. This is not, like, I don't know how. What do? Okay, this is just not working. So we're just gonna completely ignore this altogether. And we're gonna make a roof from this end to the other end. Oh, we can't do that because this thing's in the way. Oh. Which one would intersect? This one? And this one. Oh, we're so lucky. So lucky that fits. I really don't want to have to mess that up. That is by far the best part of this build. But I would like to be able to keep the log hall. Oh, the log way. The log way. That's a good name for it. Because the log hall is like it's a name. I wouldn't exactly say it's a fantastic name, but the log way. Oh, that's good. That's fantastic. What did I do here? Like, nope. Like that, and then like that. And then bop, 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 bop. And then right here was a spruce trapdoor. Okay. So that works right there. And then these two shouldn't be stopped. Now, the issue is this end. So which two are the whoops. Uh. This is not gonna work. So, I think something that would fix all of these problems at the same time, which is something I was kind of trying to avoid doing, but I think we're gonna have to do it. We just gotta make this a little bit taller. So that would line up. So that is our goal. We gotta get it up there. And this was so like perfect. This really this sucks. Now I do want the trapdoors there still. They may have to shrink or grow a little, I'm not sure. But let's see. So if I still try to do no. Let's start off with a stair. Because it's gonna have to get a bit steeper. But now I'm inclined to do like stairs all the way, and that is too steep. Oh. And then there'd be dark oak slabs there, which kind of just perfectly do exactly. This is like perfect. What? Okay, so that kind of just fixed all the problems I was having, didn't it? I hope. There's one big problem we haven't checked yet. Look at that. And then we just add a slab like there to smooth it out, maybe. Well, no, the idea would be I do slabs all the way down. No. No. Because then it doesn't line up here. Ah. Also, I kind of like the trapdoor idea now. I hated it at first, but now that I've got it in, I like it. So I'd like to make that work. I mean, that would replicate the effect. That kind of actually gives it like a narrower pitch at the very bottom, and it works. Like that really just, it kind of works. And then I think we're going to do these at 90 degrees, right? Actually, you know what? Using Axiom, I think I perfectly fixed that, right? Did that like really fix it though? Tell you what would perfectly fix this if I just did stairs. Like this entire way. How would that look like on that though? a little weird. Mainly on that, a little weird. But hold up. This is a full block right there, so just... You know... That's not terrible. So that just like real quickly deleted both of those. And then this is just gonna... Yeah. We're gonna leave the leaves on this side. At least for now, because I think it already looks really good. So if I could just use it as like a base starting point for the foliage on this end, that would be great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then here I did stair. No? Where did stair? There's stair. There's stair. Yes, there's stair. Now on this end, if I wanted to do, oh, I didn't mean to delete all that. On this end, if I wanted to stair, it was on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's on 7. So here. Six stair? What? No, 7 stair. What'd I miss? I'm so confused. What did I miss? Oh, stair. No, I can't read. I thought that said 6. Wow, okay. Yeah, so funny. 3, 4, 5, 6. And then this one be stair. And now let's not forget that I would want this to go all the way down. And in this corner, we would have trapdoor. Trapdoor. Now, in this situation, I'm kind of... I feel that look better almost. But I think maybe I break it up with just one, like there. It like adds a dividing line. Maybe that's not what I want, like in this middle area though. Yeah, maybe not. But on the edge... What was I talking about? No, yeah, on the edge, I think just... Do I double... Do I double it? Do I slab it on the bottom, actually? That might be... something... It doesn't seem right saying that, but it might... I need a... Huh? Stuck inside a wall. Okay. I want to replace this with... Yes, replace you with dark oak slab. No, not, but, well, there's no way to fix that besides manually. Really? That is not bad. I'm not so sure that I like this line of stairs right here. Let's get a full line in. Step back. Actually, let's fill in 2 more layers of slabs just to like really paint the picture. It's actually not that noticeable. Like I notice it that it looks weird. It looks a little weird, but just like looking at it from a distance, it looks weird, but you can't really figure out why, and you don't really think about it that much. And it does really help me out over here. Because, well, I mean, how is this any different than if I just... What was the issue with me doing that again? Why did I have to change it all? I don't remember, to be honest. Why did I change it? What was the problem with... I don't know, but I can't find one, so I'm just gonna... I don't remember why I changed it. I remember there was a problem, but like... I just changed it back to see what it looks like, and it looks fine. What was I unhappy about? Now everything lines up correctly. Where'd the problem at? I'm sure the problem's gonna come back to bite me in the butt later, but it's also entirely possible that I was just kind of losing it and need... Oh. Well, oh. Well, that was not the stair problem though. That's a different problem right there. What is the... What? But that one on ground. Over here, this one's on the ground and it's on the post. This one's on the ground, it's on the post. This one's on... Why is this lined up differently? This one's on the ground and it's here. What in the world did I do? What the... I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't... The thing is, over there, I did change this around. Well, I kind of like that. Give me a sec. Give me a second. But over here it works. Why ain't no work on the other end? Okay. My brain is having... I need a minute. Okay. Okay. Let's just... If I switch this back, I think this is more or less the exact same problem that I'm having over here now. But to fix it over there, I just ignored it. by the looks of it. So see, what needs to happen by the looks of it is this. But now this dark oak trim is not like right. Is there a way, possibly using a sign, that I could like hide that fact? Does that? I mean, that doesn't really do anything at all, does it? I mean, from the top, you can still see the dark oak through the mangrove, but it's not as strong as you would like. Is the option to just ignore it the way to go? Do I just ignore it? Well, let's add 2 more layers and then decide. Because if it looks good after I add a few more layers, then the answer is yes, ignore it. Also, that's, come on. Wait. Oh, wait, no, oh my. Am I supposed to be building this below or at the? I might just be in. If this is supposed to be here, and that is supposed to be there, what was I doing over here? Like, this doesn't line up at all. I mean, these 2 blocks may pose a bit of an issue, but generally speaking, this seems okay. Oh wait, no, that's not. This one is supposed to line up with that one? So that one lines up with that one. Then this one would need to line up with this one. And the trapdoor would have to line up with the non-existent trapdoor. Thing is, on that side, I just chose to hide, like ignore the. I don't understand what happened here. But something is very, very, very wrong. So what I'm going to do is just ignore it for the time being and continue building this side because that seems easier. See, look at that. It looks nice. And then I can fill this with pale oak. And I'll have to actually add some foliage still, but you know, it's good enough for now. Look, it looks good. And actually, by making it bigger, I could add a window, which makes me happy. Look at that. That's so nice. So cutesy wootsy. This side needs plants. Well, you know, I really want to get the roof figured out. So if the roof still ends up... Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, good God, no. Oh. Ah. Okay, if I remove these and I go inside, what can I actually see? Like, do I really notice it? It is rather, like... Also, I accidentally appear to have completely destroyed that. I mean, you really got to be looking up there to see it, but... I mean, let's fill it in with the red. And just kind of look. That's not good. This side really should just be slabs, shouldn't it? How is this gonna look slab on top of slab? I might need to make the bottom. The issue is the trim is now completely gone. And that's like a massive overhang. So we're gonna put this back because I think it looks nice. And maybe... What if I just, you know, solid block it? That's not as nice. I think I see why the stairs were there now. It's like a stair would certainly make this look better. And from the ground, you don't really notice it, like, at all. It's almost invisible to the eye. Maybe once I go all the way down, though, it'll be a bit more noticeable, but... I mean, no, you don't even notice. Also, I don't think I need to change that. I just get away with it. And assume you're not staring at that corner, you don't even notice. Yeah, that's fine. Let's just fill in these last 3 strips of it. I mean, yeah, it looks fine. I'm gonna have to add some granite texturing. The only issue is I notice like there's a dark strip. And I think that's just because, is that... Which one of these is the dark strip on? The dark strip is on... 1. It's this one. Well, that's just because that's got solid blocks below it and not a light source, I think. With the shaders, is it? It's not even noticeable with the shaders. Yeah, it's fine. We're fine. We're fine. It's fine. It doesn't appear with the shaders. That's just a vanilla rendering issue. Now, the real question. How does this look from the inside? Is it hideable from the inside? That would be a no. Well, I mean... No. Is it that big of a deal? Probably not. It does bother me, but let's be real here. When are you ever gonna be in here, inside of one of these little canals, looking straight up in that corner? Right? Like never. So it's probably fine. Oh my god, it's been 3 hours. Wow. Okay. I should probably... I really want to finish this though, so... Two more leaves, 2 more leaves. I think I do all 3 of those, and then 2 of these. 1 of these, because we're gonna have a leaf blowing in the wind. Not just a single. And then on this guy, give him one that's blowing like backwards a bit. Back into the thing. Yeah. Pickle you. No, I need the pot. Yeah. And then give me the moss. With the grass. You wouldn't even know. Oh yeah, that's clean. So nice. Okay. All that's left is this one little section. And then of course the interior, but I'm not too pressed on finishing the interior right now. That's more of a can be done tomorrow thing. Really? Also, on the plus side, by the looks of it, I'm going to be able to make this interior at least 2 blocks taller. Assuming I'm okay with a red ceiling. Otherwise, just 1. Yeah, that's a problem. But again, just don't look up. Okay, so now the only issue really is right here. I gotta somehow fix this. And over there, I just used stairs and chose to ignore it. So maybe that works? Maybe? Do that work? I mean, it looks a little weird because the corners come in here and then all of a sudden like, the corner's off by a block, so... What if I do that? The issue's there now, there's 2 corners. Yeah? I mean, how do these look as solid blocks? Pretty bad. With stairs, you don't necessarily notice it. But like... Is this something I can just kind of choose to ignore? I think so. If I just grab my granite and we just kind of start texturing a little bit, I think I can just completely ignore this. Like, especially once there's texture added, you shouldn't even really be able to... Okay. Apparently, we're gonna wait to look at it with shaders. Yeah, just like that. Then I'll do the other two sides. See, I think that looks quite nice. Just added a little bit of texture, and it works. It just messes things up enough that it's not really gonna be noticeable, I hope. Yeah, now you're so focused on looking at the texture up there that you don't even notice that it's not a straight line. And if we can take this a little bit farther, even if we add right there, and I think actually add some in the line, like just mess up the line. And it won't make any sense because it's not lining up, you know? Yeah. All right. So I still have to do this interior for the furniture shop. And then I have to do this window right here. But none of that is a priority right now. So I think I'm just going to collect the resources so I can do it, or at least I don't forget to do it tomorrow. And then that's going to be it. This one's got to be over here. All right, well, I'll deal with this tomorrow, but that is definitely where we're going to end the stream. It's been 3 hours. Wow. Longest stream I think I've ever done. So seriously, thank you all so much for spending this much time with me. It could not have been that interesting, that's for sure. But I'm sure glad you decided to hang out because, well, I may have been stuck on some projects. I still had a good time, and I hope you guys do. So subscribe. Bye.